don't play. So if when I'm looking to get into it, like Zach, for a new first time player, like what's the first thing you do? What's the first thing you do? What am I going to do if I want to get started in Commander specifically?
Well, when you're moving into Commander, it's very important to find somebody that you can learn from. Um, Somebody that is not very competitive, um, kind of just walks through the game like friendly and doesn't want to absolutely obliterate you every game, and just kind of walks you through the whole game periodically through them. So it's very important to find somebody, a friend, a family member, anything like that. But for those of you that will just be walking into an LGS and just, hi, I'm this person, and you're just walking up to people asking to play a game and learn the game, most of the time you're just going to be thrown into a fiery pit, which is sad.
So where do I go? Where do I go to get my first? Because okay, the little bit I know about Commander is my Commander is a legendary creature. For I know there's some exceptions, right?
Yeah, so there's the legendary creatures, there's some legendary planeswalkers that you can run as your commander, and then there's the dreaded I don't even know what they're called anymore, the Nephilims. They're in 4 color, and they're creatures that aren't legendary, but they could be used as your planeswalker or your commander.
So how much am I looking at realistically to get started?
Any amount, honestly. The cheapest amount would be buying a precon, which is $50. Just go to a LGS and just say, hey, I want a precon. They usually have them on hand. But if you want to be more personalized in building a deck, then you get to choose your own. You choose your own commander and how you want to build it, put your pet cards in it, kind of like that.
Gotcha.
So it could be up to 250, 300, maybe even more than that after.
And do you get multiple plays with if I buy a precon deck? Can I build plays out of it?
Oh yeah, you buy a precon, it's your cards forever.
Okay.
So like you just have a deck forever now.
And does that only come with one commander, or is there different commanders within it?
No, so each precon comes with a commander and 2 replacement commanders.
Okay.
So they're built around the three commanders that you could possibly play, but they all pretty much do the same thing in a certain way, shape, or form. Or they do something completely different, but they're still in the same strategy. Like if you have +1/+1 counters and you have a commander, let's say, whenever you put a counter on something, draw a card, and then the other ones are whenever you put a +1/+1 counter on anything else, they get double that amount of counters. It's 2 different strategies, but they're still competitive commander cards for the deck.
I hear that it's like a friendly style play, but it's always pitched to me when I watch other content. It's like something to do with friends or to meet new friends, and it's competitive, but it's not as competitive as other modes. What do they mean by that?
Yeah, so uh the company that actually makes Commander split it in 2 different formats. So there's EDH, Elder Dragon Highlander, which is your normal everyday Commander game that's more friendly, more involved, like you're trying to make a friend group. But there's also CEDH, competitive Elder Dragon Highlander, where you're just trying to take your opponent's head off every game.
Gotcha. As far as competitive gameplay, like is it just online or like because obviously we're across the country. So how do I go about finding a game like in North Carolina here? Like where
You go to your local LGS. So you go to your local store, you ask around, see if people show up on certain days, and then you pretty much just walk in and have a fun time. There's not really there's not really competitions for like the non-competitive side of Commander. there's only competitions for like the competitive side of Commander. So um basically you just find a group and a local LGS and you just go and hang out every once in a while.
What's the biggest mistake that you see that people make first time players?
First time players, they choose the wrong person. That so at the beginning of the stream, I told you guys to choose a person, and that person is going to lead you through the game and teach you how to play. Um, I also told you guys to choose a not very competitive player to do so. Some people make the mistake of choosing the competitive player because they want to be as good at the game as possible. When they're learning, but it doesn't work out that way. It just kind of leads you to like a tunnel. Like you have tunnel vision and you kind of just lead yourself into a not very fun player
Yeah, it seems
to play
it's
against.
an intimidating, like I said, because I've been working as editor for about a year now, and like, and I am interested in getting into it, and it is intimidating though, like because there's so many aspects of it. It's intimidating, but also for the same reasons that it's appealing. Like there's so many layers to this game. What's the worst thing you've ever seen somebody do first time? And I'm just
Oh my god.
this is my boss here. I don't want to get mad. I'm throwing him just questions that we did not prep at all for this.
So the worst thing I've ever seen is somebody to come in and learn the game, and the very first day of them playing Magic, I saw them flip a table.
Really? In the shop?
Yeah, like this guy got so aggressive that he just decided in the middle of the game to flip the table.
Interesting. just a level-headed individual right there. Just being a good fellow right there.